Hey, you guys, I'm Amy Long, and I've been a Beachbody coach twice. Once in 2012, and then when I swapped over to Team Empire, I started again in October of 2017. So now I've been a Beachbody coach for just under a year, but I didn't start to build my business up until June. And what happened in June? I went to Summit. Okay. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about that. I had no plans to go to Summit. I wanted to build my business, but I wasn't really in a place where I was ready to commit the time, commit the effort, commit the money, whatever it was. I didn't want to commit, right? I think we all have that, a little bit of a fear to commit. And so I think it was around April time period. You'll see this a lot, a couple of months before Summit. Somebody posted that they were not going to be able to go and that they wanted to transfer their ticket to someone. And it was only $140, which at the time, I think the Summit tickets were 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever dollars more than that. And I looked at it, and it was a spur of the moment decision. And literally, this decision changed my entire life, okay? I decided to go to Summit. I was barely a coach. I was a discount coach. My coach wasn't talking to me about going to Summit. She wasn't pushing me to go to Summit. I knew that she was going to go, but I really had no good reason to go. I don't know what it was, but I felt like a pull. Like I thought, yes, this is something that I need to do. One of the big reasons was because I had heard so much about how people come back from Summit and they feel rejuvenated, reinvigorized, re-energized, all of this stuff where, they've lost their mojo and now they feel like they can continue on. And you're going to see that throughout your business where you have these ups, these highs where you're like ready to go with the business. Do the follows, do the things, all of it. You're ready to make this business work for you. And then all of a sudden, something happens in your life. You have a traumatic event pop up. You have maybe something really busy happens in your life. You have a child. Somebody goes back to school. You go back to school. Work starts to pile up, and then all of a sudden, you're at this low where you just don't feel like you have the time for it anymore, or you don't feel like you're getting out of it what you wanted to get out of it. So you've got this low, and you've got this high, and you've got this low, and it's up and down, right? So you go to Summit. You go to Super Saturday. You go to one of the big events because these events are kind of awesome. Now, Super Saturday, usually, they're just teaching you a little bit about what is going on in the business. They are talking to people about, yay, you are an emerald now, a ruby now, you're a 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, whatever star diamond, right? They're talking about all of these achievements that people have had. I remember going to my first Super Saturday, and I'm a coach, right? So I had no achievement. I felt the same way going to Summit. I was a coach. No achievement. But what I did have was like a hunger, a thirst, right? So they're talking a little bit about, I think at my first Super Saturday talking about like Snoop groups. And so I'm like, oh, that sounds great. Let's write this down. And I'm going to do this when I go back home. And you're meeting all of these people who are expanding their business and getting, bigger. And you're like, why can't I do that too? So really it pulls that hunger out of you, and it's kind of amazing. Okay. So Summit, let's focus. Let's refocus because here I am going off. That's what I do. Summit. I went to Summit day one, and I meet my coach for the first time. I had never met her face to face, so this was kind of an awesome experience for me to meet her face to face and to meet some of her other coaches. That's a great experience. And then the very first day, like literally, I am driving from Omaha to Indianapolis. I drive in, and Team Empire is having a bowling meetup. So this was pretty awesome to like arrive. Hadn't even arrived at the hotel or anything. I went straight to the bowling alley and we bowled, and I get to meet Barbie, and I get to meet all of the rest of the coaches, and I get to meet my own coach and my coach's team. And so we're already like building a tribe. I've met all of these people online, but this is the first time that it feels real. It feels real. So I think that's what you need to like focus on. Summit is one of the first times when it feels so many different things. It feels possible. It feels real. You feel connected. All of these different things. Okay, so we bowl and we have a great time. Meet everybody, super excited. And then we go back, and that first night, opening ceremony. Everybody's all dressed up. You see the opening ceremony, and it's literally just everybody like, this is gonna be the best weekend of your life. And it's contagious. Yeah, I went back to my room and I was excited. I mean, not really like super excited, because like I said, I was just kind of a discount coach. So I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Maybe I should post to Facebook. Here I am at Summit doing some stuff. This is pictures of me doing some stuff. Then the next day, you start your classes. Every single day, you've got sessions that you're going to, right? And you've got some of the top coaches in the country telling you their secrets, which you're going to hear this over and over again. There are no secrets. They're telling you to do what you're supposed to do. They're reminding you to post to social media, to do the 4 vital behaviors. They're teaching you to run your business, to do your things. But there are like a few nuggets, like golden nuggets throughout those, where they're telling you about some of the best apps. They're teaching you how to edit. They're talking to you about Instagram, and maybe you haven't ever used it before. And they're talking to you about Facebook and what you should be doing on Facebook, and how stories are amazing, and how the different workouts are amazing. And they're telling you their story. You know what I mean? And here's what I was thinking, is that I was like, how do I connect with people? Because I've always been somewhat slim, so I felt like I wasn't going to have this like huge weight loss to be able to connect with people who needed to lose weight. But then like Amy Silverman comes up and she talks about how she was an addict. And that is something that I could connect to, because I had in my life a problem with alcohol. And it was devastating. And so the idea that I was like, man, that is something that I could share and I could connect with people. Or they're talking about not being able to have kids. Or they're talking about being a military spouse and following your husband and not being able to get a job. Or they're talking about how their husband didn't support them. Or they're talking about all of these different life phases that you never considered to be a life phase that you could use to connect with people. We are on social media trying to hide the things that we don't want people to see. We're on social media trying to show this perfect life. And then you realize that when I show my perfect life, I'm cutting people out. You're realizing that when I show vulnerability, I'm letting people in. And these people want to work with me. And you're like, shoot, what have I been doing? Why haven't I been doing that? And so you start getting inspired, and you start getting reinvigorated and re-energized, and you reinvent yourself, and you're ready to do what you need to do. And then they've got like some keynote speakers too, where maybe it's not a top coach, but it's, we had, what's his name? Sean Anchor. The happiness advantage, talking to you about how when you're looking for happiness, and the ultimate goal is to be happy, that when you think that, making more money is going to make you happy, or you think that losing weight is going to make you happy, or you think that getting married is going to make you happy, you realize that you're missing out on the key thing, which is that you could just be happy. And that in being happy, it's going to help you to get married, to make more money, to do a better job. He was amazing. He was hilarious. There were just so many good things about his talk that I walked away from, and I loved it. There were so many nuggets of like things that you could take away But really what it was the energy. Everybody there was excited. And if they weren't excited, they were about to be excited. I mean, I was like the cool kid. Like, you know how in life, like in a family, you've got that teenager who, I'll tell you a story. When I was in high school or middle school, I can't remember, Toy Story came out. And I remember my dad, my mom, and my brothers wanted to go see Toy Story, and that I had to go with them. I was probably only like 12 years old, and I'm like, oh my God, I am too cool for this. No, I don't want to see Toy Story. That's a cartoon. That's for children, right? By the end of Toy Story, I was laughing, I was crying, I thought it was the best thing I had ever seen, but at the same time, I mean, you know what I mean? It was just like the feeling of it all just got me. And it pulled me in and it sucked me right in, which is exactly, Summit is Toy Story. Summit is Toy Story, and I was a 12-year-old child. I showed up there and I was like, I'm too cool for this. Oh, I don't have time for my Beachbody. I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to figure it out. It's just going to come to me. And it teaches you to do the work. So that's what it is. It is this opportunity to, if you take nothing else from it, it's just to go back to your life and to live your life much better than you've ever lived it before. This is your opportunity to learn how to, grow your business, to drink more water, to track your stuff, to make more friends, to reach out, make connections, be vulnerable, show people who you are. And if nothing else comes from it, if you're not building your business, when you go back, you're excited to live your life. You're excited to do the things. So don't just focus on those coaches that need that push. Focus on the people that you want to be coaches. Focus on the people who are discount coaches. Focus on the people who need that step in the right direction. And then focus on the people who deserve to be recognized. Focus on everybody from your smallest not coach, almost coach, possible superstar in the future coach to your 15-star diamond, been doing amazing things, because it is completely rejuvenating. One more thing. I remember when I joined in 2012 that the first time that Lindsay Mataway was one of the already top coaches, right? And I was following her back then. And then when I came back in 2017, and 2018, when I went to Summit right here, she posted to her Instagram that she had just had a baby and she was a top coach. She had already been to Summit every single year, over and over, and she had decided not to go. She had decided that she didn't need to go to Summit this year, right? But at the last minute, she realized that she wanted to be there to support her team, was a top coach. And if you gotta show by example, right? Lead by example. But there were multiple things where she was like, ugh, I should do this. And she said she walked away, top coach here, Lindsay Mataway, walked away feeling rejuvenated, re-energized, ready to do it all again. Even one of our top coaches left Summit feeling like it was the most amazing experience once again. This is probably like a retreat. This is an opportunity to work out with the trainers, the super trainers. This is an opportunity to meet the super trainers. I met Alana Molstead. She posted a picture of us on her Instagram, and I'm super famous now. Not really, but it is an opportunity for everyone. Like I said, from someone who's not a coach to someone who is, from someone who isn't even thinking about working the business to somebody who's been working it for 15 years. This is your opportunity. Don't miss it. I wish that I had gone every year because I feel amazing. I will be going again. I walked away. I bought my ticket the last day again to go to it this year or next year, you know what I mean, the next one, because it was a super duper discount. I can't transfer it. You know why? Because I'm going to go no matter what. And I hope to see you guys there. I hope we do another bowling thing. I hope that Team Empire meets up, and I'm excited to see you guys. All right, go to Summit, do Summit, have fun at Summit, and say hi to me at Summit. Bye, you guys.